Our next speaker, Erika Miranda-Bartlett. That's a mouthful. She loves to travel, listen to music, write, and Hulk smash the patriarchy. There's nothing else I can say to introduce her that she wouldn't say herself, and frankly, she'd say it much more funnier than I would, so without further ado.
Oh, wait, we on? Okay. So 6 weeks ago, my now ex-boyfriend assaulted me, and everyone's first thought when I told them was that I should pull a goodbye, Earl. Obviously. And I am a Slytherin after all. My loyal sister mentioned, deliberately offhand, that she happened to know someone with a pig farm. I carefully explained to my friends that these days I take antipsychotics, so no boiling bunnies needed to be involved. It's a joke because that's not how antipsychotics work. Instead, for my revenge, I turned him into the police and made sure they had all the evidence. But actually, no. I'm very out about being nuts for two reasons. Number one, I really believe that it helps people. And number two, it explains my sense of humor so neatly. I'd make yet another fatal attraction joke here, but I feel guilty because I admire Glenn Close so much. She started an organization called Bring Change to Mind, which advocates for treatment and for changes in the treatment of advocating for better treatment of those with mental health concerns, which is what we're talking about here tonight, if I can finish my sentence. Now, I helped a little start 2 new mental health projects in Iowa City, and having seen what people who have the fire to do that is like, I also think that she's probably a little woo-woo, but I mean that in the very best way. You might just have to be to really understand. I'd like to help you understand. In the springtime of 9 years ago, all my memories are tinged with chalk and snow. Chalk, because that's how Ativan dissolving tastes in your mouth as you're riding in the backseat of an ambulance taking another overdose. Gritty, pastel, mineral. Chalky and rocky, like the charcoal shake they gave me when I overdosed, designed to make you get rid of everything as quickly as possible, and believe me, even more disgusting than it sounds. Snow in the white of my papers, unwritten for the college that I attended, well, allegedly attended if you're the state of California. White in the Excel spreadsheets at the job where I excelled only at Freecell. The countless fluttering snow of prescriptions taken dutifully to the pharmacy. The walls of the inpatient psychiatric facility all around me. And the bleached whale of white lurking, disguised as the receipt for the hotel room where I planned to end my existence, underneath my glasses when I woke up the next day like it was accusing me of even more failure. The white snowed me in like the Iowa I had run from to the Northern California where nothing lay dormant over the winter but my will to live. I still bear the scars from calling 911 because with it came all my neighbors flooding out watching me, the ones I'd met over coffee and TV shows and weather, their gaze following me just above my level on the wheeled bed where I was handcuffed, and the high soprano of a child asking, "What happened to her?" The door shut just after a slightly lower tone, reprimanding, said, "Why ask me? She doesn't look sick." And she's right. I never have. But I desperately needed help because of something the majority of the world doesn't understand, and half of them don't even believe exists. When I woke up the day after drinking the charcoal shake, a woman was scribbling all over the walls. From her explanations, which were not exactly given to me so much as manically dispersed like a super soaker towards anyone who was in the room, she was writing where she was from over and over again on the walls. And she was from Mariposa County in California, which happens to contain Yosemite. Mariposa is also the Spanish word for butterfly, and she was drawing butterflies all over the walls. She was drawing her existence over and over again. Here I am. I cannot escape where I am from, but I can transcend it. A location becomes a butterfly. Of course, that was the first mention of help I'd heard in the medical system. From a woman so manic, she tried to convince me that the world would eventually frame her butterfly wall, given her command of miracles. There have been no details on the miracles yet. I hope that you guys realize that I joke with love. It is just as crazy to believe that everyone hates you as it is to think that everyone loves you. That's why we need peer support and peer supporters, and that's what I do. That's what I believe in. Hope, recovery, the possibility of change. I work as peer support with the two organizations that I mentioned earlier. Our Place, which is a project of NAMI in Johnson County, and at the Community Mental Health Center. So if you want to hang out with me some more, I run a free breakfast group at the Mental Health Center in Iowa City on Tuesdays from 10 to 11. And regardless, I'll go on explaining, bridging the impossible gulf, because as much as I want people to understand where I'm coming from, I never want them to know from experience. Unfortunately, losing out on being this badass in the head will prevent you from being as awesome as me. Peace.